Pen, please. Pen, please. Thank you. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Vinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Aurelie is here? No. Okay. Then Gauri? Yes. Vermas are here. Jairam is here. Juliana and Thiago are not here. Still sick. Kenichi? Yeah. No, that's the other Thiago. Okay, they also have come. Okay, wonderful. So, Kenichi, yes? Yes. Mary? Mary is yes. Prabhavati and Ramaraju, not here or not yet here. Lakshmi? Yes. Oscar? Yes. And then Palak? Yes. Rudra? Yes. And then Rajesh? Yes. Rakesh? Yes. Ritik? Yes. S. Natarajan here. Samrat? Not here. Okay. Sanket? Here. Shrikant? Here. And then Swamini Satchidananda over there. And then Tarun? Yes. Another Thiago? Yes. Tripti? Yes. Mahesh? Come in front and sit. Yeah, sit. This somewhere here you come. Make a place for you. Yeah, much better. Sit there. And then Vinita. Yes. Okay. No sound came. You raised your hand. I was not looking here. I was not looking at you. Daniela? Yes. Deepti? Yes. Gangadhara? Yes. Miho? Yes. Narendra? Nivedita? Gone. Pavan? Yes. That's whose pen this is. Yeah. Pooja? Pooja? I just saw you come in. Where did you go? Ah, there. Okay. Yes. And then Purna? Yes. Richi? Yes. Satish? Good. Shambhavi? Yes. Shrikar? Yes. Sudhanshu? Yes. Bhaskar? Okay. Fantastic. Throw it back? No. This may boomerang back to me. Let's go with the ones that was there yesterday. Meaning of the few words. Kavyam, Mahakavyam, Rasa, Navarasa. And Aishwarya, Siddhanta, Ghora, Nivritti. Meanings, okay. Kavya. Kavya means poem. Ah, you have come. Okay, I'll mark you as present. Okay. So, in my head, I have marked you as present. So, Kavya, poem. Mahakavya is like Ramayana, Mahabharata, like this, or even Raghuvamsha, long, very long poetry with poem with numerous sections and chapters. Writing 4 lines itself is very hard, What rhymes with don't? We have to think. And the idea comes, just don't write, that's all. And so to write this Mahakavya is huge, very big, not easy. So that is Mahakavya. Rasa, rasa means emotions. Navarasa. Navarasa is 9 kinds of emotions are recognized in Indian dance study and study of dance, which is there in the father of Indian dance is who? Bharata, who wrote Natya Shastra. So when all the other civilizations were not even able to, they were making animalistic sounds, we had Bharata's Natya Shastra, which meant what? There was an audience to appreciate what he said. Yeah, the science of dramaturgy. Amazing. And so the Navarasas, there are many rasas. What is that? There is Shringara rasa, love, and then what else? Hasya. And so if you mix the two, you get the current rom-com, romantic comedy. So Hasya, comedy, and then Hasya is laughter. Shringara, love. And then what else do we have? We have Bhaya, and then we have Bhakti, 4, and then we have Bibhatsa. Yeah, Bibhatsa is Bhaya. Bibhatsa, Dan. I wish it was another one because now I have to think. So, Karunya is there. Karunya is there, and then one something to do with Shantarasa is there. Very good. Shantarasa. Vatsalya. Vatsalya is a form of bhakti. I don't think it's a rasa. Rasa means these are certain kinds of things. Sadness is there. Shoka is there. Raudra is there. Raudra, Bibhatsa, Shoka, Shanta, 4. What else did we enumerate? Shringara, Hasya, 7. 6. 8 is done. Oh, very good. Yeah. So another one, you Google it, okay? Not right now. Google and find out. Find out, tell me in the next satsang, okay? Yeah. So then these are the Navarasas. The other one is Navavidha Bhakti. And this Natya Shastra is amazing because there are 4 kinds of heroes. Dhiro Datta, Dhiro Datta, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Shanta. All of them have Dhira in front, okay? And then the heroines also, there are many kinds. There is a special kind of heroine that has been, what is that? That whose husband is traveling somewhere in a foreign land. And how she should conduct herself and what she should do, very interesting. And how she should not be a subject matter of gossip. So that kind of a heroine is called Proshita Bhartrika. Proshita Bhartrika means whose husband has been sent somewhere on some mission, somewhere in a foreign land far away. Not that he is just next door, he is somewhere else. And so all this is documented. 2 rasas, 1 or 2 rasas are missing. You please look it up. Then Aishwarya, overlordship. Yes. And Siddhanta. Siddhanta means the appropriate response to the Purva Pakshi, establishing the supremacy of Vedanta Shastra. Why? Do we have any pressure to establish the supremacy of Vedanta Shastra? No. But if we are studying it and if we hope to be teaching it one day, we have to understand it properly and then be able to teach it also properly. It's okay if you forget 1 or 2 rasas while answering questions, but you cannot say, what is that thing that is right here but we can't see it? What is that called? It is you, it is me, it is he, it is she. What is that called? You can't afford to do that, okay? Yeah. You can't afford to say, I know I know this, it's on the tip of my tongue, it starts with B, what is it? You cannot afford that. And also you cannot afford to say, Brahman is ... Is it good? Is it bad? What is it? Where is it? You can't afford to have vagueness. error, all these things should not be there. And so, so therefore, Siddhanta means being very, very sure of one's own view, so that one can counter other points of view. That is Siddhanta. Then, if one has exhausted their prarabdha karma, will they attain moksha in this lifetime? No. If you have exhausted prarabdha karma, if one has exhausted prarabdha karma, they will not be here. Yes. End of prarabdha karma means EOL, end of life. Yes. As soon as the prarabdha karma finishes, gone. The body, therefore they say they departed. Departed means gone. In Sanskrit we have a special word, preta. Yeah. From in gatau, second conjugation verb. So, eti, itaha. Itaha means past passive participle. Itaha, gone. So, where is Rama? Itaha means gone. Gone to the Rudra, right? Yeah. Chanting Rudra? No. Having coffee at Rudra. Okay? Gone to Rudra. That means what? Rama will come back or not? Come back. But you just, in Sanskrit, it's beautiful. You just add a pra and then you put pra plus itaha. What happens to the word? Pretaha. Preta means prakarshena itaha, means is not coming back in that particular form that you recognize. Has departed the body. There has been no such case where the person said, oh, I forgot something, I have to come back to this body. No. And all these near-death experiences they talk about, I went and asked Pujya Swamiji about them because the whole internet is full of them. And what are they called? NDEs. NDEs. And they all, wax eloquent. I was dead for 15 minutes and then I came back and then there was a white light. Always the light is white, okay? Never yellow, never blue, white light. And what did this white light tell you? White light told you that your work is unfinished and you have to go back. 15 minutes if a body is without oxygen, medically speaking, it is very difficult to not have brain damage, okay? And so, anyhow, this thing is important because it's possible, maybe because it is Bhagavan's srishti, death and birth, anything is possible. So it is possible in one or two cases that there might be something there might be, like there might be some coming back or something, but it is, if it is there, it would be extremely, extremely rare, very, very rare. Not happening. Why is it not happening? It's not happening because it's just not the law. The order is that once the person is preta, does not come back to the same body. May go to a different body. Theek hai, no problem. But does not come to the same body. Not possible. So, when the prarabdha kshaya takes place, the body also, one is leaving the body. Body is gone. You no longer have a body. So, then it is very difficult to get moksha in that state because nobody can see you, right? Why? The body is left behind. You are in a subtle form. Even though you say, Adhihi Bhagavo Brahma, you go to the teacher and say, teacher cannot hear you because you are occupying a different plane and you are floating somewhere in this particular preta sharira, which nobody can see. And how are you going to sit down? How are you going to study? Not possible. So, I think what you are meaning to say is check out this particular philosophy that says Vasana Kshaya has to take place for moksha to come. That's a particular philosophy. Not Prarabdha Kshaya, but Vasana Kshaya. Vasana means all kinds of desires, past impressions, etc. And the desires being too many, vasanakshaya also cannot take place. Absolutely cannot take place. How can it take place? Because if one vasana is gone, 10, 15 are there in its stead. It cannot take place. And so therefore, that is also not possible. You need this body, and in spite of the desires, in spite of the prarabdha, while still living, you get this knowledge. That's why you can be called Jivan Mukta. Living, you are free. And so that is that. How does one exhaust prarabdha karma? Is it through karma yoga or jnana yoga also? You don't have to worry about exhausting prarabdha karma. First of all, let's understand again what is prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma is the karma that you have come with for the purposes of to be exhausted in this lifetime. It is exhausting itself constantly. Mosquito bites, you scratch one papa, gone. Okay? Yes, small papa, gone. And then, somebody comes, to the ashram and then trips over something. There's a big pile of stones right there, some rubble is right there. And in the night doesn't see it, trips over it, has a sprain in the ankle, one more prarabdha karma, gone. So prarabdha karma goes on its own. You don't have to sit and plan, how should I exhaust my prarabdha karma today? That's why all the people around you are there, okay? Yes, they will help you exhaust the prarabdha karma. How? By snatching something away from you when you want it, by not giving you what you want, by sitting in your seat, things like that. So they are all there to exhaust your prarabdha karma. Don't worry. You don't have to exhaust the prarabdha karma at all. It is Bhagavat Srishti. Let Bhagavan take care of it. And I tell you, some people are made just to exhaust other people's karma. Yeah. Their whole life, that is their only purpose. And they may be annoying, irritable, very difficult to get along, and everybody is saying, why this person is here? Why this person is in my life? Now you know. And then sometimes there are groups of people also meant to exhaust prarabdha karma, like bands of robbers. And then your right earned property, money, jewels, whatever, are robbed, gone. That is prarabdha karma. So don't worry, Bhagavan has taken care of prarabdha karma. You just have to gain the knowledge. Don't worry about how should I exhaust prarabdha karma. That question should not come. What should come? How can I exhaust my atma ajnanam, my ignorance? How can I remove my ignorance? That is what has to come. Removal of the ignorance is more important than removal of prarabdha karma. So removal of ignorance is what? Jiva's job. And prarabdha kshaya, whose job is it? Ishvara's job. Don't take on Ishvara's portfolio, okay? Yeah. Then through karma yoga. Karma yoga, what exhausts is raga dvesha exhausts through karma yoga, okay? And so jnana yoga, yes, you can say jnana yoga cheats prarabdha karma, because prarabdha karma does not have any hold after gaining atma jnana. Because the jnani is not associated with this body, is not associated with this mind, is not associated with the senses. So this is how the jnani leads the life. And so the jnani doesn't think he or she has prarabdha, but other people around the jnani think they have prarabdha. That is what the thing is. I hope that is clear. If not, come to me and I'll explain it again. This is okay. This is 4.5b. Okay, now. Can it be said that moksha is self-realization. You can say that, but we don't use the word self-realization. It's better to use the word self-knowledge for two reasons. One, there is already a group, an organization that calls itself what? SRF, self-realization. What is the F? Fellowship. A group of fellows wanting self-realization. And then when you look deeply into their philosophy, it does not have jnanam. It has various kriyas, various ways of breathing, various exercises to open up the body-mind complex for moksha. Open up, all right, but that doesn't mean it is gaining it. Here we call it self-knowledge because its second reason is it's an objective term. Self-knowledge is an objective term, it's not a subjective term. So, knowledge of the self, that's all that there is, and that is, so therefore, moksha is equal to self-knowledge. Moksha, freedom from samsara, is gained by seeing that there is really no samsara. That which you thought is the ocean of samsara is but a notion of samsara. This is what we have to understand. This is what we have to understand, and therefore we don't call it realization. Nothing wrong in calling it that, but we don't do that. Then, if sharing is seen as giving, wouldn't it be karma yoga? Yes, certainly. Karma yoga is about sacrifice. It includes giving, but karma yoga is mainly about giving up rather than giving up many things that you want to do in favor of what there is to be done. That is karma yoga. In favor of dharma, in favor of what there is to be done, that is karma yoga. And in that process you will be a giving, you grow into being a giving person, sharing person, caring person, that is karma yogi, that is correct. And then through the practice of asanas, if one attains stillness of mind and body so as to go deeper into dhyana practice, although indirect knowledge, but it is still important, is it not? Everything is important. In samsara, to get out of samsara, no matter how many ways we have to just get us to the understanding, I am not the body, mind, sense complex, everything is important. Meditation is important, yoga is important, asanas, because asanas give self-love, really. Because when two body parts that were never meant to touch each other are touching each other, you have a sense of accomplishment. You say, oh my, this is wonderful. How did that happen? And here you feel like you're dying, and the teacher says, breathe into the posture. You don't even know what that means. What do you mean breathe into the posture? I'm breathing into my lungs, okay? I'm not breathing into this stupid posture. But somehow it works. Somehow you breathe, and somehow that breath goes there only. I don't know how it goes, but it goes. And then you feel whatever tension was there that was making you hold it really artificially, lets go. And even though it's a very artificial pose, it's what is the pose? The pose is the pose is natural for a locust, okay? Yeah, shalabha, not for you, all right? Yeah, and the locust with those legs like that, ready to jump, okay? That is natural for locust. But then when you become the locust, you are really like that, and then there is some stiffness goes. Some stiffness here in the mind, I can't do this, that also goes. There is a deep relaxation, and all this promotes self-love. Without a certain amount of self-love, Vedanta will not work. One has to give oneself a hug every morning. Really, there should be some self-love. And because Otherwise, and as the 6th chapter itself, the 5th and 6th verses will tell us, 4th and 5th I think, that we have to love ourselves. Because the whole problem is with feeling unlovable. I am not lovable to myself, I am not lovable to anybody. So yoga is very, very important. Then why have you not started it? Because the room is occupied. Okay, yeah. In a few days that camp will be over. Tell me when it is over. And before that, tomorrow after lunch, I will like to meet with all the people here who are adept yoga teachers. Don't come and see me if you know one pose, okay, or two. If you have been teaching for a long time and if you have a following, then come and see me. All right, so we already have a consortium of teachers, we will add you to that, and then everybody can take turns teaching. So tomorrow 1:15, whoever knows how to teach properly, please come and see me. All right, so that is yoga. Yoga is very important. It's an important preparation for self-knowledge and an important adjunct also to self-knowledge. Not just preparation means prerequisite. I did yoga for 5 years and now I am into Vedanta. No, you keep doing yoga, because somewhere Patanjali says, Patanjali or another commentator on the Yoga Sutra says, that all these asanas are to be able to sit and do Shravanam. Yes. Important. So getting into the locust pose is to be able to sit and do Shravanam. Otherwise constantly squirming and constantly getting distracted. Or like that person from the United States who used to come to my Gita classes with 12 cushions. And there were already 4 or 5 cushions in the class. And here, and then here, everywhere, and one under the armpit, another armpit, he would sit like this. So by the time he sat down, it would be 20 minutes. And so we don't want that, okay? And also we don't want people to say, we don't want one to think, I can't come to class because I can't sit. And so therefore, yogasana is important. Then the stillness of the body, important. It's nice to know that I have a command over the body. Otherwise I just do what the body tells me to do. And the stupid thing is inert. It shouldn't be telling me anything to do, but still it manages to communicate and go frequently on strike. Like in any factory, the labor is on strike. Like this, the body is also on strike. Let's go for a walk. No. Let's do this. No. And so, therefore, the body must be is able to sit still at your command. This is a great achievement. Then through meditation, dhyana, we have chitta naishchalyam, stillness of the mind, which is unperturbed and not affected by the emotions. We have that stillness. And so, that also very, very important, because it gives us a view of what is possible. A little mini oneness it gives in the samadhi experience, so that we are able to see that this is what I can be like without really going out of commission. In samadhi you are not, there is no subject-object difference. But the truth is that you are always samahita. Why? You are always in samadhi, because what is the teaching of Vedanta? That there is no subject-object difference. What is the subject? Answer is Atma, okay. What is the subject? Atma. What is the object? I was afraid nothing will come because it's a new question. What? Yeah. Subject is Atma, object is Atma, knower is Atma, known is Atma, means of knowledge is Atma, everything is Atma. So do I have to go into samadhi to understand this? No. But the samadhi helps that experience, ratifies the jignasa, makes it more, kindles it even more into a conflagration. So yes, in its own way, it is important. Then, samsara is suffering. Once prarabdha karma is exhausted, does one get reborn? You bet. Yes. Not only get reborn, but gets reborn again and again and again, so long as the cause of birth has not been interrogated. What is the cause of birth? Don't say Atma now, okay? Yeah. Ajnanam, self-ignorance is the cause of birth. When we take care of the cause of birth, then what happens? The ajnanam is gone, and then rebirth does not take place. While living only the person is free, at some point the body just goes and then one is okay. Can you please explain Agnihotra? Okay, so Agnihotra is a very tricky ritual, okay. First, because they have to somehow get you in. It's like one of those things where it's said, it's very easy, yeah. Mountain climbing, very easy, don't worry, We give you the shoes, we give you ropes, everything. You just have to cling on to the person in front of you. You don't have to know how to climb. You just hope that the other person knows how to climb. You hang on to him, that's all. You don't worry about knowing how to climb. So this is how they trick you, because with all these ads and everything, then you say, okay, I'm going mountain climbing, and after that, you see that it is a lot more difficult than how it was presented. The first portion of the Veda, the Shruti is also the best advertiser. So, Agnihotra is a Nitya Karma. It is the shortest ritual in the whole world because it has only 2 oblations. Yes. Only 2 times you have to say Swaha and do that. I think I can do that. Yes, it will give you great punya. It's Nitya Karma too, but then if you do it properly, lot of punya will come and you will have good gati. Very nice. And what do you say? 2 oblations, it's okay, I can do that. No problem. I'll put it in my schedule somewhere. No. You can't just put it in your daily schedule. I'll do it after coffee and breakfast. Absolutely not. When should it be done? Udite juhoti. Udite juhoti means as soon as the sun is rising. These days it's okay because 6 o'clock the sun rises. It's all right, But then in countries in Europe and all, there is no night only. At 4 o'clock you will have bright sun. As the sun rises, you do it. Oh, but that's so early, very early. Is there an option? Yes. What is the option? Anudite juhoti. Before the sunrise you can do. Pitch dark, you will be doing Agnihotra. Already the person is having second thoughts. Don't worry, only 2 oblations. Only 2. 1, 2. You can manage. Okay, all right, I'll get up early every day and do it. What now? It has to be done twice a day. Do you see how, like Hanumanji's tail, it is keeping on growing now? This Agnihotra. It has to be done in the morning, and then when else should it be done? In the evening. It has to be done twice a day. Then also you say, okay. But then the Agnihotra is a ritual which has many satellites. There are many satellite rituals to be followed. What are they? One is called a full moon ritual called Paurnamasa. Another one is a new moon ritual called Darsha. So how many times a month? 2 times a month. Full moon comes once a month, new moon comes once a month, so I have to do this ritual twice a month. And then it also should have feeding of the people. It should have Atithi Yajna, feeding of lots of people, and giving of dana, So there are so many things, and then you have to hire 16 priests for special occasions. 4 priests from each Veda. And then who else is you and your spouse are doing it. So 18 factors of this yajna. Suddenly now it has become very, very complicated. Like Hanumanji's tail, it is keeping on growing. And then at the end of it, what do you get? You get a limited phala. Plavahyeta adrida yajna rupaha. We will hear this. Ashtadashoktamavaram yeshu karma. So, the one who has this karma, what kind of a karma? Avaram karma. Avaram means inferior, because karma is inferior because it cannot give moksha. Action is inferior because it is finite and it reproduces what? Finite. Finite begets finite. So then the karma phala from the Agnihotra etc. looks very nice because turning, the punya turns into little devatas. And they are like, they come through the sunbeams. As the person is dying, they come through the sunbeams, sprinkle rose water, flower petals, ehi tam ahutayah suvarchasaha suryasya rashmibhihi yajamanam vahanti. Priyam vacham vadanti. Sweet words. This is your punya. Come on, you did all this Agnihotra by yourself. Oh wow, that's amazing. Look at you. We also have a little award ceremony afterwards. You don't know this yet. We were planning to make it a surprise, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to get the best Agnihotri award. You're going to get a ribbon, best Agnihotri, and special dispensations from heaven, etc. So far so good, but then later on you find that what you have is a little raft to navigate this tumultuous, tsunami-ridden, breaker-ridden, surf-ridden ocean of samsara. A few planks of wood tied with some thread. How long will it take you? What kind of a raft is it? So every karma phala is like that. So that is Agnihotra. Why do you Vedantins have to put a sad spin on everything? Because that is how it is. We want you to come to this knowledge. Okay? Yeah, and that's why. And then Agnihotra, keeping the fires. Keeping the fires means there are different fires inherited from the parents at the time of marriage. Those fires are kept for specific purposes. So one pot is just for some certain things like last rites, Antyeshti Kriya, that comes from one pot. Then there is Avahaniya Agni, Dakshina Agni, like this there are so many Agnis there. And then those Agnis have names, Garhapatya Agni. So for all these various rituals, there are various fires, and you keep them means you keep them in a kind of a latent ember level, and that ember has to be fed with sawdust, so it doesn't burn up the whole house. It is kept kind of smoldering. Wet sawdust, little bit is put on it, not enough to put it out, but to keep it kind of smoldering, and it is kept there. And then whenever they need, they go and take it, and then after every yajna it is replenished. Whatever is there, little embers are put there. So this keeping the fires is a very important hallmark of the Hindu dharma, which is why they would not leave the country. That is why they would not. Imagine taking 3 pots of fire with you as a carry-on in the plane. Okay, what are you bringing? I can't be without this. This is my carry-on. Fiery pots. Not possible. Okay, in those days there were no planes. What were there? Ships were there. Okay, I'll take it on the ship also. This is not allowed. How are you going to do Agnihotra on the ship? Where will you know where to face? Where is Ishanya? Where will you know? Where will you know where is the northeast and southwest and everything? So therefore, because, and then you can't miss a single day, you can't miss a single time. So for this reason, they were not leaving the country. They were committed to keeping the fires. It's not an ordinary, karma yoga is not ordinary. The first part of the Veda is also not ordinary. It gives a lot of preparation for this. Imagine the commitment. Here one yajna, if we do, then we say we need 10 volunteers to do this yajna, and then after 10 volunteers come and help, then they come and ask me, can we have the next 2 days off, because we are tired. We are tired. So the last course, that's what happened. We had sannyasa ritual. For that, fire ritual was there, and then some 8-10 volunteers were chosen to help. And after that, one of them came and said, can we have the next 2-3 days really off? Okay. And that's that's our condition now in Kali Yuga. There were no holidays, no weekends. You can't say no, you can't put the word Agnihotra in a circle and put a cross on it. No Agnihotra today. Never. From womb to tomb you did Agnihotra. That's what it was. This was all a very amazing discipline. This is what is keeping the fires. Okay. Oh, it continues. Question 5, question 6. Okay. Now, desire for bhakti, jnana and tirtha yatra. Considering that these are done for the love of God, is it also binding one to karma? Can one in vairagya still have such desires? Ideally, vairagya would mean no desires whatsoever. Okay, so bhakti, jnana and tirthasthana are not the same desires on a single par. They are not on a par. Bhakti is not even a desire. It's an emotion which is parama prema swarupa. It is just a loving emotion directed towards the source of this universe, Ishvara. That is what is called bhakti. Bhaja sevayam, and the bhakta wants to serve Bhagavan in his or her own way. Wants to serve Bhagavan. This is what is bhakti. Jnana is not karma. Jnana is not karma at all. The attainment of jnana is not through karma. What do you mean? I have to come and sit 4 times a day here in front of you. What do I have to come from my room? It is karma. Minimal karma. After you come and sit, you don't have anything to do. You just have to listen. I do all the karma. You just listen. So, what do you have to do? Just listen. Yeah. So, jnanam is not based on karma. It's a different kind of a pursuit. Bhakti is based on karma. To express the bhakti, you need some karma. You have to do bhajan, you have to do something kirtan, you have to do manasa puja, you have to do meditation, or you have to do kaika puja. All this you have to do. So, that's why they are not on a par. So, bhakti and then visiting tirthasthana, tirtha yatra is also karma or not? Yes? You have to pack a big lunch because you don't know what you will find on the way. Yeah, we have to deal with important things first. Yeah. So then, yeah. If you want to go to do Tirtha Yatra, go with Gujaratis, okay? Really. Don't go with anyone else. Yeah. Find some Gujaratis, where are you? Can I come along? Yeah. They will adopt you. They won't just, you're not just going with them. They will adopt you. You instantly become part of their family, and then they feed you. Yeah, they take, in the whole of the country, Gujarat takes its food very, 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 very seriously. Yes. Yeah, it's an art, it's a craft, it's a form of worship. Okay? Yes. So you pack your food. And then what else do you do? Then in a few clothes you have to pack. You have to book the tickets by bus or train or car, or you have to make some arrangement, travel arrangements. And then you have to, once you go there, where are you going to stay? That arrangement also you have to make. You can't say something will open up. Nothing will open up. You look at Rishikesh in the summer. Yeah, what will open up are the tear ducts. That's what will open up. You'll have a good cry after going there. So you have to find out what all arrangements have to be done. And then you have to embark on the journey. So even before undertaking the journey, you have to do so much karma. Correct? So like this, there is a lot of karma. And once you go there, you have to do some dharma. You have to feed all the people sitting in front of the temple, or give them dakshina or something like that. All these things have to be done. So that is also karma. Out of these three, none of them are alike, which you have listed. So the what is that? Jnana is nothing. The bhakti is for the sake of jnana. You can say Tirtha Yatra is also for the sake of jnana. It can be used as a preparation. And then, but jnana is by itself. It is not karma based. And then you ask something else. What else was it? Yeah, so can one, this is a very interesting thing, can one have vairagya and still have desires? Yes, in the initial stage of vairagya, you have the desires, but you override them with the vairagya button. You press the vairagya button and say, no, I am committed to this, I am not doing this. But the spirit of your question I understand. Can a person with vairagya still do puja? Yes. Once you understand, once you also have the viveka that I am not doing the puja in order to get moksha. I am not doing the tirtha yatra in order to get moksha. I am just doing it because a few friends are going and I am also going to go because I have not seen this, I would like to see this. There is just some little bit of curiosity is there, little bit of desire is there. The binding desire, meaning if I don't do this, I will be in a very bad shape, has been converted to what? Non-binding desire. It's okay if I do it, it's okay if I do not do it. That's when it does not bite. That's when you have vairagya. That's when you can indulge in those desires because they are not going to take you off kilter. They are going to not make you derail. You will still be on the track of dharma and moksha. So therefore, so you can still have the desires and indulge or engage in those desires when you have some freedom from that desire. Freedom should be there, meaning it's okay if I do, it's okay if I do not do. Okay, so ideally vairagya would mean freedom from desire. What is Jiva's Swarupa? Sat Chit Ananda. That is Jiva's Swarupa. That is the Paramarthikataya. So, from the standpoint of the absolute truth of the Jiva is what? Atma. And what is Atma? Existence. It is the source of all existence. And what kind of an existence? Is it a dead existence? No, it is sentient, Chit. And then how long does this existence continue? Forever, Ananda. Ananda means forever. That's what Ananda means. It's not joy, it's forever. And we want that forever alone. So this is Atma. This is Jiva Swarupa. And then what is Ishvara Swarupa? Ditto. Same Satchidananda. How do we know? Because when we say Swarupa, we don't look at the outer differences. So we don't, the equation that Jiva is Ishvara is based on apparent differences that are hiding an underlying reality. That is what it is based on. So we have to look for that. We have to remove cognitively, of course, those apparent differences and look for that identity. It's like that sometimes, we have this festival in the United States called, what is that called? Halloween. Halloween festival, where children come with various costumes, disguises. So the child comes to the door and says, trick or treat. Means, if you don't give me a treat, I will trick you. I will do something. I will ring the doorbell many times and run away. This is a trick. So you better treat me. A small child. And so usually the people, the whole neighborhood is aware that they will come, and they will have some candy and some, in some extreme neighborhoods where they are into all organic and candy, spoiling the teeth of the children, they will have apples and all these things. Children hate to go to those houses. Yeah. They are like, we are not going there. So you say trick or treat, the child says and is handed one carrot, that too kacha carrot. Yeah. What a downer, really. And they don't go there, okay? But generally, you will hand some chocolates and candy, and then it's just a nice thing to get to know your neighbors and all these things. So one time, what happened? This child came, trick or treat. It was dressed as the dark side of the moon, very cute. And then it with a little crescent there in the mask, face mask, very nice. You couldn't see the face, of course. And then it was given the candy. Then after a little while, another costume came. What was that costume? Bus driver costume. And then also that child was also given candy. Third time, milk carton. It was dressed as a milk carton with one straw sticking out of its ear, and very cutely it came and it was given. And the lady who was giving, she just had a doubt. She said, "Who are you?" Let me see. And then opened the mask, and then it was the same child which was in the bus driver costume. It was the same child that was in the milk carton costume. It was the same child that was in the dark side of the moon costume also, it turned out. And it was very small and innocent. Did you come in that? Yeah, I came in the other. Did you come in the costume previous to that? Yeah. Guilty as charged. And had a whole bag of candies, had done this to many houses, okay, little robber. And so it is like this. So Jiva and Ishvara are wearing costumes. Jiva and Ishvara are the same entity, fooling everyone, wearing the different costumes. Jiva's costume is a grand costume, king of the universe, aha, fantastic, east or west, I am the best costume. Jiva's costume is what? That kind of a costume. You see it and you feel like crying, that kind of a costume, Jiva's costume. Okay? And so, therefore, what do you have to do? Cognitively take away the costumes, cognitively see, just keep aside what does not belong. Aishwarya, Ishwaratvam. And then the status of being the, the Karta, the Jagat Karta, the cause of the universe. And then Jagat Dharta, sustainer of the universe, Jagat Samharta, the resolver of the universe. These are all statuses, these are all jobs, function. And then on the Jiva's side, you first take away the complaints. And on the Jiva's side, you take away notions, I am small, I am finite, I have this upadhi, all this you take away. And what is inside is Satchidananda. That is why Jiva Swarupa is the same as Ishvara Swarupa. Ayyo, one more is left. Tomorrow. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.